She woke up to silence. But not the suffocating kind. This was the kind that felt warm. The night had ended in softness. Laughter. Two women sprawled out on a bed, still smelling of biryani and old memories. Wrapped in silence like a blanket. Devika was still asleep, one arm thrown dramatically across her eyes like a theater actress mid-rehearsal. Mira smiled. Just a little. She got up slowly, careful not to wake her. And for the first time in weeks, her feet didn't feel like stone. She walked to the window, pulled the curtains open, and let the morning in. No, she wasn't okay. But she wasn't crumbling either. The smell of coffee hit first. Devika was in the kitchen again, barefoot, humming some ridiculous song from college. She didn't ask how Mira slept. Didn't bring up the tears. Didn't say, "See? I told you it would pass." And that's why Mira could breathe around her. Because Devika didn't try to fix her. She just stayed. Sitting on the floor with mugs in their hands, the air was lighter. But real. Mira spoke again, softer now. "I don't know who I am without him." Devika didn't rush to answer. She took a sip and said calmly, "You're the same woman you were before him. You've just forgotten her name." Mira looked up. And for the first time, the tears didn't fall. They just sat there like loyal guests, no longer screaming for attention. She stood in front of the bathroom mirror. The face looking back wasn't glowing. It wasn't healed. But it was softer. Less at war. She noticed the small things. The absence of that sharp pressure behind her eyes. The way her shoulders weren't curled in on themselves. Tiny shifts. But when you've been drowning, even a shallow breath feels like resurrection. Later that afternoon, Mira's phone buzzed. His name. On her screen. She stared. 100 thoughts flooded in. Should I just hear what he has to say? Maybe it wasn't as bad as I remember. What if he's changed? Devika didn't even look up from her bowl of rice. Don't. You. Dare, she muttered, mouth full. Mira smiled because once again, sarcasm felt like love. But the ache was real. Because sometimes the most dangerous part of healing is the whisper that says, "Go back." Mira opened her wardrobe. Her eyes landed on the kurta she wore the day he said those words. The ones that cracked her open. She held it in her hands. And for a moment, she remembered who she was. Not when she wore it, but who she had to become to survive it. She folded it gently and placed it in the donation pile. Some clothes don't fit anymore. And neither do some stories. Evening came. And with it, a certain stillness. Mira and Devika sat on the balcony. No music. No scrolling. No distractions. Just the wind. And the kind of silence you earn after a night like that. Mira looked over at her friend. "Thanks for not letting me go down with it." Devika didn't say, "You're welcome." She just bumped Mira's shoulder with hers. Like sisters do. Thank you for watching. This was She Who Rises, Episode 5, the morning after the breakdown. Some mornings don't offer answers. They just ask harder questions. About who we are, where we're going, and whether the pieces will ever fit again. But stay close. Because in Episode 6, Mira isn't the only woman rising. Her grandmother, the quiet storm who's seen it all, is about to return. And when she does, old wounds will surface. Old truths will rise. And a new chapter will begin. You won't want to miss it.